With Disney releasing a live-action version of Aladdin later on this week, directed by Guy Ritchie and starring Will Smith as the Genie, it's safe to say that this film is very divisive amongst audience members, and people are questioning why they're even making this film. I, on the other hand, is mildly excited for it because I've wanted to see this one for a very long time. I'll explain that later on in the review. But today we're going to be talking about the 1992 classic animated film Aladdin, starring Robin Williams as our favorite genie. We're going to dive into that review. My name is Adam. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for all movie reviews and entertainment type stuff. And also, answer the question of the day in the comments section down below. What is your favorite memory of this 1992 animated classic, Aladdin? I want to know that in the comments section down below. Without further ado, let's jump into this film. This movie follows our favorite street rat, Aladdin, as he's not the most well-off person of all time. He's just a normal guy living on the streets, has kind of begged for food here and there, with his good pal, Abu, who's a monkey. Mostly you can find him on his shoulders. There's also a palace that's in his city of Agrabah, and in that palace is the Sultan and his young daughter, Jasmine. Jasmine dreams of getting outside of her walls that are keeping her inside this palace, and she wants to explore the world, while Aladdin dreams of getting inside the palace walls and living like a prince. They, of course, meet, and, sparks do happen in this film. But also, villains do occur, and the Sultan has an advisor named Jafar, who uses his mystic powers to try to get what he wants out of the Sultan. And what he really wants is to try to find this magic lamp that will grant us 3 wishes, that has a genie inside that will grant 3 wishes. Anyway, long story short is that Aladdin does find this lamp, and he gets the genie, and he becomes a prince. So, a lot of fun stuff here in this film. A lot of good memories for me growing up watching Aladdin. This was one of my favorite animated movies of all time, and I absolutely still adore this Aladdin film to this day. I do think Robin Williams is by far like this amazing voice talent, and what a great casting that was to cast him in this film, and just seeing him record his footage for this, or his voice for this movie, just seeing his enthusiasm for this role, and just seeing his louder or larger than life personality play out into the sound recording room was just brings a smile to my face, and just even thinking about it too. I also think the animation is just still second to none. Disney knows how to do this animation style from the Renaissance era in the 90s. This movie is no exception. Growing up, one thing I would kind of hinted at before is that I've always wanted to see this film in a live-action format. So, of course, when they announced that Guy Ritchie was doing this movie, I was kind of intrigued by it because I did like a film that he did do recently called King Arthur: Legend of the Sword. Now, a lot of people do not like that film. However, I was one of the few people that was able to watch it in an early screening, and I actually came out really liking the film. I think it has a great, really underrated score and has some really fun moments that really made me feel like I was watching an Aladdin movie, but with just King Arthur attached to as the title. I definitely think if he was able to bring some of that funness into this film, I think it could be really awesome. Of course, a lot of people were also skeptical about Will Smith as the Genie because Robin Williams is such an iconic character. And we're not replacing Robin Williams here. I don't think Will Smith would be pretty foolish to try to think he can replace Robin Williams in this role. So that means that star just made that role so special. So hopefully Will Smith does a good job with his portrayal as this character. The other voice talent here, sadly I do not know their names here, but they are fantastic as Aladdin, Jasmine, even Jafar and the Sultan. Every character is pretty iconic here, and if you change their voice, I don't think the movie would work whatsoever. I think that Disney was able to cast just the right voice talent and to make this film just iconic for the Renaissance era and Disney animation in general. We got to talk about Gilbert Godfrey, who plays the voice of Iago. Funny comedic comic here, and he was able to shine in this animated movie. And Iago is a great character that definitely has been kind of I'll go and say iconic. He was able to take over the Tiki Room in Walt Disney World, which is under new management, which wasn't a great biggest hit, but there's proven that Iago is one of the bit more iconic Disney side characters that they do have in their arsenal. One of my personal favorite memories watching this was I used to make movies and stuff like that, and I would reenact scenes from Aladdin, make it my own as well, and I would pretend that I was on the streets of Agrabah and trying to, run away from the guards and casting, having the genie and having him grant my 3 wishes. That was a lot of fun. I also grew up watching Aladdin King of Thieves. That's the 3rd film in the animated Aladdin little franchise there, and because the 2 of them went straight to VHS at the time. And Return of the Jafar was the 2nd film, and then King of Thieves is the 3rd film. So I used to watch King of Thieves mostly, and the TV show that they had on Disney Channel as well. I guess I should mention Jafar. I think Jafar is a very underrated Disney villain. I like his setup and his get-up here. I think he's definitely a menacing presence that also matches wits and words with Aladdin really well. And he's a master of disguise. You see where he tricks Aladdin to go into the Cave of Wonders as his old scary-looking guy. So definitely think there's some iconicness again, and there's that word again, iconicness to Jafar in this role. And Aladdin for me is just one of those movies that is so rewatchable, so quotable. I absolutely love the songs. If it's Prince Ali, if it's A Whole New World, whatever the case may be, the songs are iconic. Again, there's that word. I think that's the word. When you just think of Aladdin, I think iconicness definitely comes into play here. I think if you ask anybody nowadays, what is your favorite Disney animated movie, I think you get a couple answers. You get The Little Mermaid, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. I think those are pretty good top 4 right there. You might have another oddball choice in there throughout, and that still be a good top 5. Aladdin has proven over the test of time to be a movie that has been influential. I also really loved how this movie starred a guy who dreamed of being a prince. So he wanted to improve his situation. A lot of these Disney animated movies have girls dreaming of being princesses, which is all well and good, but I also liked how Jasmine was able to want to dream and go and explore and see what's outside of her world, and I absolutely thought that was very fantastic. These characters are so well developed, and I think there's so much room for growth, and I'm really excited to see what they do in this new Aladdin version that's coming out this weekend. Well, that's my quick thoughts on Aladdin, the animated film, guys. Let me know in the comments section down below what you guys thought about it. Remember to answer the question of the day. What is your favorite memory of the Aladdin movie? Again, guys, my name is Adam. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and join the conversation today. Until next time, I will see you in Agrabah. We'll see you later.